That's a thing she's wanted to do in public again for a while, I'm sure. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to episode 2 of the Merchant Generation of My Medieval Legacy Challenge. So, as you'll see, we've moved Joseph in because I'm going to have the Sims get married today. He just came up as I started recording to talk to Desiree, and she immediately got embarrassed, and he immediately got angry. So it's going really well. She thinks he's arrogant, and she's like wasn't paying attention to the conversation because she's such an introvert. All of which I could see happening. Also, you'll notice I did change her hair. She's, had a bit of a glow up. I really love that hair. So, I was just like, she's grown it out a little. I also modified her outfits a little bit to make them a little bit more in line with Windenburg fashion instead of Forgotten Hollow fashion. But what we're going to do today, it is the autumnal equinox. So we need to have a grand meal, be thankful, and engage with fire in some way. She can be thankful to him that, he's marrying her cousin, perhaps, and brag about first kiss. I mean, it was quite shocking. He can be thankful to her for, looking after Vivienne while he sort of wasn't in the household or anything. She's over here doing a painting. Figured I'd have her do one painting and then I was going to have them start the event. We've got a very small little wedding kind of area down here. What I've done is just bought an arch so we can actually have the wedding take place. I've bought a dining table and this little thing where you can serve food on it. The only thing is it's like a modification of the banquet table from, I don't know, luxury party stuff or vintage, whatever it is. I forget. I get those two stuff packs mixed up. But the other thing I was thinking is that some of these items I'm probably the wedding arch, I'm probably actually going to sell in the shop afterwards because I'm like, well, we won't need that again anytime soon. And, we are a retail shop. She's so embarrassed. Poor sweetie. Now, we do need to have a grand meal. So after she's what's your cooking skill, Desiree? I had actually planned to have her use magic to provide the food for this. But we'll have her cook a grand meal just so we can tick that one off. In terms of engaging with fire, I was kind of just going to have them all gather around the fireplace. I really do actually need to upgrade both these fire pits at some point, fireplaces, because at the moment, fires could happen. Unfortunately, no one in this household has handiness at a high enough level. I guess that's something we were going to get Joseph to work on. Now, as far as what he's going to contribute to the house, you'll see, obviously, I've moved him in. Oh, she's finished a masterpiece. I'll get Vivienne once she's done in the bathroom to invite everybody over. We're not actually having a wedding per se. I have taken her to the different houses to have her meet the relatives she didn't apparently know. You know what it's like in The Sims where, they've talked at an event, but they don't actually introduce themselves to each other. And you're sitting there thinking they know each other, and it turns out the game doesn't think they do. I have also aged up Morty and Isabella's daughter, and I've renamed her. So her name is now Martha. I wanted a name that sounded like Mortimer. And I was thinking, there's no female equivalent of Mortimer, direct female equivalent. And I was like, Morty. And then I was thinking Marta, the German version of Martha. So that's kind of how I've ended up at that place. I hope you guys like it. It is quite an old-fashioned name. In fact, my grandmother was German and her name was Marta. So we've got to invite the Weavers, obviously. Well, why can't I invite more people? I know more people than 8 people. I'm going to have to do this in 2 lots, aren't I? That's annoying. All right, I'm just getting Joseph and Vivienne to get changed into their wedding outfits. Now, I'm imagining these clothes have been provided by his family because he has, weavers/tailors for parents, and they have access to finer materials. Check out these 2 little cuties. I love them so much. So she's got a nice lace dress on. I haven't given her a veil or anything. I found it was a bit too formal, I guess. And look at him. He looks like a little noble. Now, they're probably dressed slightly above their station in terms of clothes, but that's okay. Now, I've also unlocked the top floor for now. All right, you guys, this is little Martha. She got her daddy's hair. She's sweet little bean. Look at her. I had to put her in red primarily because the clip in that hair was red with black when it's got the black hair color on it. And I was like, well, obviously that's necessary. I also am not sure if you guys have seen little Rebecca since she aged up to a child. So this is Andrea and Colton's daughter. They haven't had any other kids yet. I'm not saying they won't. Also, Rose, in theory, is here, but I don't know where she is. And he's looking very sad. Now, Elsie did pass away a little while ago. I don't know if that's why, but I'm just having everyone get some food. Oh, have we run out of food? Can you, help me out with that, please, Desiree? Spellcasters are the best, you guys. Because she's like, we're out of food. There we go. Bam. There's some spaghetti. It's awesome. And everyone's just going to dump their plates on here. I might specifically serve some dessert as well. We don't also have a wedding cake, but because this isn't officially a wedding, it's fine. Going to get you to come over here. And we're going to have a nice little wedding. It is 7 p.m. So it's starting to get dark. And if I want any kind of screenshot, let's get it done. Let's get married to Vivienne. In terms of Desiree, no one said either way whether I should leave her in the house. I'm kind of thinking I would like her, like I said, I do want her ultimately to move back in with her parents. Maybe she'll stay a little bit longer just until Joseph gets settled in and is a productive member of the house. But we'll see how we go. Look at her. You almost never see Vivienne with her hair down. Makes such a difference to her appearance, doesn't it? Such a pretty sim. I love how people are just over here talking. Aw, Joseph's dad's cleaning up. That's nice. She looks so serious. Getting married is serious business, Vivienne. These two have never woohooed. They're in for a surprise. Oh, he's got a nice ring. Oh, that's the thing she's wanted to do in public again for a while, I'm sure. What cuties. Let me just get all the screenshots. Yes, I am the paparazzi. And these guys were over here talking, so that's nice. Oh, Martha. Isabella, look after your toddler. I have nothing for toddlers on this lot, so it's not surprising. And she's also only just aged up, so she's got no movement skill and can't get upstairs. So that's nice. Rose just isn't here. Maybe she's doing a party. I mean, it's a Thursday night, but maybe she's doing a party. I actually think the reason is probably because she's at, the game thing, she's at work. But that's a bit strange because she doesn't actually have a job. Let's invite her to hang out this way. See, she's actually available now as an option. And then we're just going to pretend she was here all along. I haven't figured out what to do with Isabella and Martha's living arrangements once Mortimer passes. The reason he's not here is because he's not feeling well. Yes, that is a sign. He at least I've got a screenshot of him hugging his daughter and stuff. He actually has some photos as well that I took, some sepia photos of Isabella and Martha, which I wanted to get into the family. I was actually thinking about what to do with family photos because at the moment, they're basically at David's house because it's the family home. I've been putting all the photos there, but I kind of would like to have them in the matriarch's, the heir's house. Everyone is putting their stuff on the floor. Is my table not good enough for you here? So our little guys have gotten married. It's very cute. I will have them. Oh, Vivienne, she's just I can't handle it. There's too many people. I told you guys she has such social anxiety. She's just I just can't. And this is the main reason I think she should, as much as I love her and I would like to keep playing her, I actually think she should move back in with Oliver and Jewel. Oh, did people just legitimately vanish? They did. So that's nice. Hi, Rose. Let's have Vivienne, give her mum a hug. I actually want to give her residence keys, but I don't think it'll make a lick of difference because this is a retail lot. I don't think she's going to be able to, just walk in. Vivienne, did you just sneeze on your mother? Come on, have a hug. I need the hug. It's required. Yay. Oh my goodness. Love them so much. It is, that time. I mean, Rose has turned up pretty late, which is unfortunate. Let's have Joseph come over and, he hasn't actually met Rose. That is so strange to me. Oh, they're hugging again. He's going to come up and thank her for, like, you know, letting him marry her daughter. She's like, you know, you've met Vivienne. Can anyone stop her from doing what she wants to do when she wants to do it? And he's like, no, that's true. And Vivienne's like, Mom, Joseph. It's very cute. All right, I'm just going to have her clean up that real quick because it's bothering me. And then I'm actually, sorry, Rose, I know you just got here, but I'm actually going to send her home. So Rose is like picking up the cues from her daughter. She's like, okay, time to go, honey. Well, have a good evening. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. She's out here dancing, feeling a little bit awkward. I'm going to have these guys, maybe they could have like a little slow dance under the stars or cuddle while stargazing. You know, that would be a nice romantic thing to do. Oh, he really needs to pee. Okay, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. I love how they're stargazing under the awning of the roof of the house, but that's okay. We're just gonna ignore that. Cuties. I love them so much. It is also starting to rain because, you know, it constantly rains here, I'm finding. Anyway, it's fine. No, don't go to bed yet. Don't go to bed yet. I'd like you to warm yourself by the fire. That may or may not tick that off. And then once he's gone to the bathroom, he's going to do the same. Desiree, quick, get up. Warm yourself by the fire. And then go back to bed. No, wait. Don't set for sale. What am I doing? I want to sell her bed. That wouldn't be good. There we go. Joseph, come on. Desiree's like, oh, it's so cold. And then she's going to remember herself and probably feel embarrassed again. And then she's going to go back to bed and be like, have a good evening, Vivienne. And Vivienne's going to blush and say, yes, I will. It's going to be super awkward. Like, yeah, the kind of first time woohoo on your wedding night. Like, I don't know. Let's talk about the rain. It's so nice to listen to. So relaxing. A little bit of white noise, you know, which means that the cousins sleeping 2 rooms away can't hear them. It's all very nice. And, you know, let's have them slow dance. I do. Oh, you're not getting sick. It is not permitted. Are you seriously getting sick again? Oh my God. So, you know, he's telling her how beautiful she is. And he's going to ask her a risque question. And then I am going to have them try for a baby. We do need to have 3 kids, but more to the point, there's not really an alternative in medieval times. So you're woohooing, you're trying for a baby. What is he holding? Yes, it's probably best not to ask. So we're going to leave these 2 to have a little privacy. We'll just, you know, pop the walls up and let them have their moment. But, you know, this is the kind of... We've had a few weddings like this, you know, it's not tending to be a big event. I actually think Andrea's had the biggest wedding of everybody, which, you know, it's got nothing to do with the fact that her husband's, you know, quite important because nobody knows. Anyway, I'm actually going to skip through until morning. We've had a successful autumn equinox. And then I think tomorrow we're going to have to open the shop because, you know, we've got things to do. And I will also move some of this stuff. Like that, I think, is going to be the new dining table. We'll put that up here. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with that banquet table, honestly. I may just sell it. We're definitely going to sell the wedding arch. So it looks like they had a good woohoo. She has an utterly enamored sentiment, which is very exciting. Let's have a look at that. So she's deeply in love with Joseph and smitten with him. He's feeling deeply connected with her. That's a little bit of an older sentiment, which is interesting because usually I see that sentiment pop up when Sims woohoo, and they had not woohooed. So, you know, he obviously felt his powerful connection to her prior to the woohooing, which is nice. It's not a literal description of a powerful connection. But they seem to have enjoyed themselves. You know, they've both got lots of happy sentiments. Especially her, she's feeling quite flirty and remembering her first time, which isn't hard because it wasn't that long ago. They've slept in a little because they had a late night, but we are going to have to open the shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this for everyone at the household so we don't get randoms, you know, popping upstairs. she's come out and tended the garden already while she was waiting for them to get up. Let's apply a mite treatment. And she can also maybe collect some honey. Now, in terms of Joseph, because obviously this is the first time we've sort of had him in our household. He's an outgoing art lover. Those are the traits he was given originally. When I aged him up, I gave him clumsy because I kind of love that. I love that for him. And I'm trying to have my Sims be a bit more rounded in terms of giving them negative traits as well as positive traits. And I like that. Obviously, me planning on having him work on his handiness skill when he's clumsy is a recipe for disaster. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how those two things will interact. The other awesome suggestion we had, and I'm actually going to do it now, is I think it was Cat Kit suggested we get him into knitting and he can sell the objects from knitting. Now, we're going to be quite limited in terms of the things he can make that are medieval appropriate. The things he can make that aren't, especially the beanies, which he needs to make to unlock anything else, I'll sell on Plopsy. The socks we have to sell on Plopsy as well. But once he can make objects, I'll try and stick to things that are at least in natural kind of colour palettes. And, we'll just have a horde of hanging baskets on the back wall or something. So I'm going to get him, what is it called? Knit something. And I usually get them this one. And I then usually get it in a fairly natural colour palette. So we're going to give him that. And little Joseph is going to love to knit, as they say. We can also get rid of that. And I'm actually going to sell that in the shop. Okay, and we've got beeswax. Now, we do have bees. I could get into making candles as well. We'll see how we go. And yes, obviously, like I said, Desiree has been tending the garden. So we're going to open the shop because I think I'd like to see how Joseph kind of fits into the dynamic, but I'm going to have him start by crafting knife blocks and things like that. I would like him to get to the point where he can upgrade the fireplaces, which I think is handiness 4, just because I don't need random fires. Oh my gosh, his very first sculpture is excellent quality. That is surprising. So we'll set that for sale. He's now working on a knife block. Let's actually have a look at his skills. So he's level 1s in a few things, but that's it. Now, I am getting Vivienne just to work on another painting, and Morty's here. Poor Desiree is having to go around and greet everyone, which is something that, frankly, she kind of hates. So this is why I'm like, why is she... Oh, she's run out of... I'm just literally having her greet everyone and that's it. They can figure it out on their own from there. Having the extra pair of hands is quite handy. But I feel like... I mean, it's good for her in a way because she's having to come out of her shell and talk to people and stuff. I do think she'd like to get to know Morgan, actually, because Morgan is a fellow spellcaster. So I think she'd like to get to know them. So Desiree's going to have a chat with Morgan. Be like, it's an honor to meet you. Are you okay? You look dazed. Everyone is dazed. Oh, that's not acceptable. Hang on a sec. Oh, I can't change neighborhood action plans because we don't technically live here. I'm a bit worried we've got that Juice Community one. It's the only reason I can think of why everyone's turning up dazed all of a sudden. That's not great. Vivienne just got a sentiment to Mortimer, which is a bit strange. She is not well. I actually think I might need her to go and have a lie down. It's weird that she got a sentiment to Mortimer. She literally just met him. She's like, okay. Okay, Morgan's also a bookworm. So's Desiree. They can bond over books. That's so cute. Let's ask about their day and, exchange names with them. There's not like a secret spellcaster handshake. I feel like spellcasters should recognize each other, I have a toilet, dude. Go use it. Go on, Rowan. Go use the toilet. We're not just standing here. If you pee on my floor, I'm going to be very annoyed. Ruh-roh. Now, Joseph's feeling sick too. This is what happens when you woohoo with someone who's sick. You can catch their disease. Get yourself a nice orange juice. Obviously, the orange juice solution it's not as long-term a fix as the medicine. Either that, the alternative is that they've gotten sick again, because they did have to walk through the rain to get inside once it started raining after the wedding, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they got sick again, because that is how the game works. The game mechanic of illness is based on getting wet, or at least it seems to be a trigger. Okay, I haven't had any obvious indication she's pregnant yet, except when I just clicked on the toilet, I got throw up as an interaction. So I have my suspicions that she may be pregnant. Obviously, I do need baby name suggestions. If you guys have any, that would be awesome to hear, because, you know, I struggle with these things. I'm trying to go for names that feel medievalish, but, you know, whatever works. Finally, someone's willing to buy something. That's what we like to see. All right, can I get you to come over and ask this man for their money? Of course, it doesn't look like they're buying something worth a lot of money, but that's okay. At least the king and queen haven't shown up, you know? We've got Mortimer, who is a lord, but we don't have, like, the king and queen. I should have actually named him Lord Mortimer Goth. I didn't do that. Now, Joseph's actually working on some furniture now, which is very exciting. And I'm going to close up the shop soon. I'm basically just waiting to find out for sure if she's pregnant. Obviously can't take a pregnancy test because that technology does not exist. Are you feeling sick again? Yeah, the orange juice does not last very long. Now, I'm not, because that was something we found out in the world. I'm actually just going to remove that sign rather than restocking it, because those are like free money from my point of view. Okay, does anyone else want to buy anything? Because, like, we've literally made one sale. It's not going great here. I'm starting to think Glimmerbrook as a village isn't the hopping kind of town that I thought it was, you know? Like, who knew? Moddy wants to buy something, and he made the decision while he was in the toilet. What are you going to buy? What are we buying? Everyone's buying something. Are you buying the same thing the king did? Because I don't want to say you're, like, being a follower and stuff, but I feel like you're being a follower. Oh, Joseph's level 3, and Morgan wants to buy something. Awesome. I'm going to get Desiree to ring Morgan up, because I want these guys to be like mates. I feel like they should be. Oh, we purchased the banquet table. And Morty purchased, he did purchase the vase that the king bought. You know, that's fine. I'm not judging. Oh, look, Rebecca's just shown up. And that guy purchased an expensive painting. That makes it worth it. The paintings are where the money is at. Like, you know, I didn't think a sack of grain would sell for that much, I'm not going to lie. But these little things up the back here are really not worth a lot. Okay, so we sold 5 things for just over 3,000. Restocking cost us 845, so 2,400 profit. That's not bad. It's nice work if you can get it. It's good that we live on the lot, honestly. It makes a huge difference. So I'm going to have her take a thoughtful shower, I guess. And then she's actually just magicking up some dinner. Love that for us. Oh, I forgot. She made a thing. Rose, aren't you people going to go home? Rose is here. The shop's shut now, so I could actually unlock upstairs so she can come up. I wonder if she's visited because of the key. Let's unlock that. So that's interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so she didn't turn up as a customer. But, you know, we're going to call to meal. Can I get you guys to sit at the dining table? What do you think? No one sat at that at the wedding either. I'm sort of wondering, is there something wrong with it? Now, one thing I do want to do is, yeah, okay, she's actually not sitting at that. Like, maybe it's broken. I might have to replace it with a regular, this is CC, so I may have to replace it with a regular dining table. But I want to also get a laundry, so I'm thinking we'll put a laundry tub down in here somewhere, and then we'll put the line out the back so customers can't see it. I want to preserve this space for when the country cow pack comes out. So we can have like a llama or something. I love the idea of a cow and some chooks for like household stuff, but also potentially to sell the produce, depending on if that's feasible or practical. But if you have a llama, then knitting objects is free, which is very exciting. So I would like to get a llama as well. Now, I don't know how it's all going to work given I'm not playing in that world. Okay, so it's the chairs, not the table. That's interesting, because these are actually dining chairs. I'll sell a few. I'll get rid of some, but I don't obviously want to have like 8 chairs down here. That's just silly. So what we'll do is I'll just have like 4 of them. It's like a set. It's a nice little set, you know? And then I'll just sell the rest through build mode. Looks like we can sit at the table now, which is nice. The colours don't quite match up, but that's okay. I could always get rid of this table and switch it for the one that came with the Mount Komorebi pack thing. And what I've done is I've put the laundry thing out here because I realized because this is terrain paint, the Sims won't be able to mop up puddles, and anyone standing in this area will get uncomfortable moodlets from the water, which is annoying. But if I put it here, I can mop it because it's on wood. I've put the little clothesline out here, and I also actually moved the well, so the well's out from under this roof line now. We didn't get a notification, but I can detect a bump there, and she has a morning sickness moodlet. So we can confirm Vivienne is pregnant. Now, I'm going to let the sex of the baby to start with be determined by the game. If we get to the point where she's had a couple of kids and they're both girls, because I think we need to have 2 boys. So at that point, I'm going to choose the gender for the last 2 kids that she has. I'd prefer to just have 3 rather than 4 because the bigger the house, the more complicated everything gets. But the only thing is because she didn't get a notification. Oh, she can share the big news. I was going to say, I don't think she can share the big news then, but she can. So I'm going to have her, like, you know, talk to everybody. He's knitting over here, by the way, and this is the most wholesome thing I've ever seen in my life. That's a weaver right there. I mean, he can't actually weave. There's no weaving in the game, but, you know, that's the best we can do. So are you sharing the big news, or are you just talking? You're just talking. I really want you to share the big news. Did you tell him? I mean, she clearly told her cousin. Maybe we'll say she told the room. So he's going to be super excited by that. I'm going to oh, she's thinking about baby bottles. What? Wait. Hey, Joseph, you're so notorious that one of my unscrupulous friends has been asking to meet you. He doesn't have a negative reputation. Thomas! What is Thomas even talking about? Oh my god. He's not. I'm offended. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to end this part here. I just suddenly was like, because obviously I didn't make this sim. I was like, CF Simmer, you be pranking me. You giving me a sim with a negative rep. But no, you haven't. It's fine. It's just the game being the game. So I'm going to end this part here. Please, please, please leave your baby name suggestions because, you know, I lack any kind of creativity and I would love to hear from you. And if you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.